Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing out there this time around? I hope you guys are doing great because I am. I've got a good guest and we got a great podcast. My name is DJ Rick. I'm the founder of National Sex Day. We are the only sex holiday that's actually recognized on a calendar, and we're also registered and trademarked. So we're the first to do that. It started 3 years ago. National Sex Day is all about, well, pretty much what it is. It is about sex, but it's more than that. It's about STD prevention. It's about sexual counseling, sex coaching. It's also about the people in the industry, the stuff in front of the camera, the stuff behind the camera. It's about discussing contracts, the openness of sexuality, LGBTQ rights, couples who are swingers, people who are monogamous. We put it all together, and you have National Sex Day on June 9th, 6 month, ninth day. We also have National Oral Sex Day, Anal Sex Day, also National Swingers Day, and working on a few more holidays out there because everybody is affected by this in one way or the other. So we welcome your opinions. We welcome the people who want to podcast with us, but we have a lot of people in the adult industry who have a lot to say about it. It is fun and games, but it's also a business. You guys must understand that. So we go to the pros and we talk to the pros about what's going on and how it's done. You can hear us on XBiz TV. You can check out our YouTube channel, and we're on other platforms like SLS Radio, Swingers Lifestyle Radio. So come check us out, listen to us, give us some feedback, and if you want a podcast with me, just let me know. Speaking of premier talent, I have a very young lady who I met at an exhibition not too long ago. Let me tell you guys something. You got to go and mingle with these people in person. But the thing about it is, they look great on camera, but they look much better in person. I'm here to tell you, this young lady here has got me fooled. She comes across as a little devil, but she's actually a little angel. She's got a big heart of gold, man. So you got to tell the people, sweetheart, who you are and what you do.
I'm Jenn Cameron. I'm the naughty nurse.
The,
I'm a nurse. I can't say a nurse by day because I work in the evenings. But,
Hey, that's the best time to have a nurse come and see you. The daytime they do it, they do it. The nighttime, the naughtiness comes out
yeah,
of bed.
yeah. So I'm a nurse by trade, and then I make content for fun because anybody that knows anything about healthcare, it's stressful.
It is stressful. They think that quote unquote a lifestyle or people in the industry, they're just straight up freaks, and some are. But the thing is, for the most part, sex is healthy. It's a release. It is a stress reliever in every capacity. And everybody needs a stress outlet of some kind. If not, you're gonna pop, you're gonna break. But
Yeah, this is my fun life.
you can't think
Yeah,
of many more fun
I
things to do?
yeah, no, because I'm also a mom.
Oh, well, let me ask you this. Do your kids know what you do?
So I think that my middle son has an inkling.
It's
Um,
because a lot of people have kids in the industry. I mean, they're
yeah,
adults and they're parents just like anybody else. They just make money and have fun on camera. That's about the only difference.
yeah. I mean, my mom knows. Um, my ex-husbands know. So I don't. I mean, I don't like for my kids. I don't like broadcast it,
Hmm.
but I'm also. I mean, I'm traveling all the time, so they like gotta know something's up.
Oh, trust me, I get that. We travel to do this and to film in other cities, of course, to make the money that we
Yeah,
do. You get your name out there, instead of being in one place all the time. People don't understand this is about connecting, about going to places, about being seen, like I said earlier.
yeah.
So you will have that. Plus, if with your job, may require you to do that too. But in between time, you get out a camera or a cell phone and you have yourself a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm on the East Coast. I'm Philly based, and there's not a whole lot of other creators in my area. So I have to travel to get my content.
Yeah, I'm in the DFW, the Dallas Fort Worth area, so we have some. It's just that we're starting to get, I guess, a reputation or people understand that there's a lot more opportunities where we are to film what we film.
Yeah.
So that's coming as well. But on East Coast, the far East Coast, New York, New Jersey, there's a lot going on there. Of course, LA, the other coast, it happens. But in Philly, I understand it's kind of getting where Texas is. So you're in the right place, actually. It's going to grow.
I hope so. Traveling is exhausting.
Well, the way you look, you make a lot of things grow, okay? Believe me. I've seen it. I've checked out some of the things you have done, and yes, it piqued my interest. That's why I had to pull your string and let you know. By the way, we are
Thank you.
sponsored by Private Society. They're responsible for getting me a lot of the talent on the show here. So a
Awesome.
big shout out to them and what they do. I've been invited to go up there and watch some of their production as well as make a
Oh,
documentary
nice.
on the business. So a big shout out to Private Society, and y'all need to check out their website as well. So had to put that out.
I love working with them. That's they're a great company to work with.
Haven't worked there, but the friend of mine who actually got my interest in everything, she is here in Dallas and she worked for them and gave us the connection. I gave him a call
Oh,
and
nice.
we've been friends ever since.
Very cool.
So I got to ask you this. I asked the first question with all of my talent because people want to know what made you get into the adult industry? Did you wake up one day and say, this is for me? You saw a film you've always had in the back of your head. What's your story and how was the first film you ever did?
Okay. So I started my OnlyFans during COVID, probably like a lot of other content creators. I kept seeing all these articles about like these just like regular women making all of this money, on OnlyFans. And I was in nursing school at the time, paying out of pocket. And I was like, okay, this could be like a good way to like offset like some of my tuition costs,
Mhm.
um, an easy way to make some money. Well, it's not.
It's everybody thinks that, and for some people they strike gold. Some people they hit the dirt and they got to keep digging. It's a job like anything else, and there's so many
It
people
is.
doing it.
Yeah. So that's how I got into it. I can say like up until maybe like the last year, it was just like an expensive hobby.
It can be because we tell everybody they're doing something that everybody's doing. Every men,
Yes.
women, whatever, everybody's doing it. It's a big name. I'm not saying some people can't be successful. We went to Las Vegas a couple years ago and we talked to a girl that's making 330,000 a month. Yes, she is. And she's one of the lucky ones. And she's got the house and the cars to prove it. It's crazy. And so, I mean, not everybody does that, but everybody wants that. But you still have to stick with it and do what you do, put the content out, and let people know you're still active and you're putting out fresh content here and there.
Yeah,
Which,
I would have to say like consistency is key.
yes. And some things you can't do by yourself. It's you got to have a crew. You got to have people. That's what the people are telling us in Las Vegas. They got people working with the talent and they got people pushing the talent where they couldn't do it by themselves. And some people are somewhat
Yes.
successful and they can. But you start there, you needed money, it was slow, and now you're on
Yeah,
top
so
of
for
it.
the first year, I just did solo content. Um, and that got a little boring. Um, and then a producer in Philadelphia hired me, and I had so much fun that, like, with his support and encouragement, here I am.
There you go. It takes time. It's a snowball effect. And
It does.
people shouldn't give up because everybody likes something different. And I hear people comparing themselves to certain looks, certain ages, certain height,
Yeah.
certain weight. When that you shouldn't have to worry about. Everybody likes something totally different.
Oh, for sure. Like, I think, like, for me, like, my fans like that they could see me or someone that looks like me at the grocery store,
Yeah.
or pumping gas. I look like the mom at the soccer game. I was just at my niece's volleyball game. I
Hmm.
mean, you could see me out and about. So I'm like a realistic fantasy.
Well, that I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would love to score a goal with you. Okay, you got all the ingredients,
And
okay?
there are a lot of men that are into nurses and women in scrubs.
Well, yeah, there really are. The medical look is something that
Yes.
people, as a fetish, that is real big. It's always been real big, but more so now. And because of COVID, they're bringing back the mask look and stuff. People are
Yeah.
really into it because we had to do that anyway. They just took everything off from below and started making production.
Yeah. Yeah. I just did some content recently where I like wore rubber gloves.
Yes, latex.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like
It's
any, I mean, honestly, like anything goes, I feel like.
Oh, anything goes. Anything goes. They're even bringing back people wearing condoms. Uh, for some reason, people like to see that. We always said, nah, we're going to go on raw and do what we do. But for some reason, the condom fetish really increased, I'd say, about 20 to 30% over the last couple of years.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's there. It's there. People don't mind at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, there are fetishes that I don't even know about. I mean, they're
You're in the industry, you don't know about all these fetishes. Well, you got your homework to do, okay?
I do. I do.
So let me ask you this: will you be at some of the cons coming up and some of the exhibits coming up? Because Exotica Miami was my first time out the gate, and I enjoyed it from
Oh,
start to
really?
finish. Absolutely, I was invited. So a guy that owns Sex Day needed to be in a place that kind of celebrates it, and I learned a lot when I
Yeah.
was there.
So yeah, the first Exotica I attended was Chicago this year. And then I was at Miami. I will be in New Jersey because that's close for me. That's
Oh yeah.
just like maybe like a 2 hour drive.
I am kind of there. I've got things going on here, with the other jobs that I have. So that
Yeah.
one is kind of, it's really 50-50 at this point. However, I will make the biggest effort to be the one in Chicago. I hear good things about that one. It's going to be a slower time anyway. So I like the cold. I think it'd be right there for me. But if I can get to both, I will. I want to talk to
Yeah.
more
I've heard
people.
that Chicago and Jersey are the better ones to
Yes,
attend.
that's
I
what I
think
hear.
there's like a really good fan turnout in Jersey.
Oh, absolutely. And the company, I believe, is based there. But there are other cons out there too. Other places that people talk about Vegas, the Pineapple Retreat, stuff like that. So Exotica,
Yeah.
yes, they're great, but there's other ones out there that I'm thinking about attending. And if I'm there and I run into you, we'll have a podcast on location if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
So were you at Pineapple Support out there, or were you out there just representing yourself?
Yes. Yeah, I was at Pineapple Support and I'll be at their booth again in New Jersey.
Okay. Could you tell some people about that? Because that was my first experience. I knew about them, but I know more about them now since I happened to go there.
So they offer like free mental health and counseling to sex workers. Um, I feel like there's a lot of stigma to mental health, people talking about mental health in general. And I think since there's already a lot of stigma, like being a sex worker, that a sex worker with mental health issues, they don't want to talk to just anybody,
You're
you
right.
know? So that's what Pineapple Support is for.
Well, give them a big shout out for us because we were trying to partner with them best that we can. We would like to anyway, because that's part of National Sex Day is the mental health thing, is the health
Yeah.
in general. There's so many people out there. The best example I give is that I knew people here in Dallas that were supposed to do like a male female scene. The girl's like 21. That's a 27-year-old guy. Long story short, she gets there. There's like 10 guys for a gangbang, which she didn't sign up for, and they withheld the money unless she did it. And some of the actors were not tested. So that's a bad situation. You know,
That is a really bad situation.
she's having such a hard time with that. So
I'm sure. I'm sure. I am so thankful. So I am still fairly new to the industry and I'm older. Um, so I have a lot of life experience. And this isn't how I make a living.
mhm,
So I am so fortunate that if I found myself in that position, I could leave, you
yeah,
know. It wouldn't, and I'm so thankful. And I really like my heart goes out to the performers that if they don't get that scene, if they don't, they're not going to be able to like feed their kids or pay their rent. That's stressful.
it's stressful. And the first time out with the pressure of, this is how it happens, the pressure of you might have heard this, but now you're here and this is the way it's done. There's a lot. they didn't really force her into it, but it was a more of a mental, hey, you're here, we're waving money at
It's
you,
like peer pressure.
you got it. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No, I totally get it.
she didn't know anything about the quote unquote untested people. Now, she didn't catch anything, knock on
Oh,
wood, just the
that's
fear factor of that, plus the fact, some of they use restraints and stuff like that opposed to what she thought it was. It wasn't what it was
wow.
supposed to be. So, what I'm trying to say is we want to make sure if that happens, that people can find that help. They can have the people to talk to, like you said. You're a nurse, people that can help them with
Absolutely.
the health aspect of it, getting the free test. We post all the places people can get testing once a month here in the area. I pass out condoms once a month to different various places, including
Oh, that's
colleges,
awesome.
swingers clubs, and the homeless. We love to make sure people are going to be safe in every aspect, in every regard. So, pineapple support, if you guys want to talk to us about something, we're 110% on board.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can have fun. You can have safe fun. We emphasize that, saying everybody needs to go through the changes so everybody is on the same playing field.
I agree. I agree. So, I was going to get tested, I guess for XBiz, and my mom called me on the way, and she's like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm on my way to get blood work done, and she's like, oh, is everything okay? I was like, yeah, I just have to get um STD. I mean, because she knows, so there's no point in me. She
Sure.
knows, so I was like, I know I have travel coming up and I have to get cleared STD testing. And she was like, I was talking to one of my friends, and you people are a lot cleaner than
That part.
people that are out in the rest of the world. And
That
I was like,
part.
yes,
That part. People
yeah,
always think the negative of the
that we're
business because
dirty. Yeah.
what you do may or may not be considered dirty on camera. Hell, we all have sex, but the thing is, when you doing it on camera, you guys are the lowest. You're immoral. It's not like that, people. It's a job.
Yeah.
I remind people every episode that I do, or just about every episode, the difference of an X-rated and R-rated movie is penetration. That's the only difference. There's nudity, there's sex scenes. It's just that we have the penetration in the adult business.
Yeah.
So people need to get over that. But there is extensive testing and the right testing, and the results have to show before you perform. But most people
Yeah.
just don't understand that, they're not porn
No,
people.
they don't. I mean, like my friends, I don't even know the last time like they would. I mean, I guess unless they were like having some kind of an issue, they're not getting tested monthly,
Nope.
or definitely not every 2 weeks.
Yeah. And
Like
you
that
need
for
to do.
sure isn't happening.
Got that right. So tell me, when
Yeah.
you did your first one, what was the first one like? I know everybody's done several, they got their favorites now, but was it awkward? There's cameras, there's people there, like you said, solo before, but now there's a person. And the hard part, in my opinion, is that some people just can't make that connection with the stranger at first, but it's required because you're with one or more people and you have to sell it, make it believable, make it enjoyable. So how do you overcome that?
Yeah. So what I did was I did my homework on the producer, the so he's like the producer and the male talent.
Yeah.
So I watched a lot of his scenes. So I had an idea of what to expect um, when I got there. Um, and the reason why that I chose to work with him for my first time was that it's clear that he is a lover of all women, all ages, all sizes, all races. You know, there was no type. Um, so that made me feel like very comfortable, like from the beginning. And
Sure.
then honestly, his camera guy put me, he made me feel so comfortable. It was, yeah, I'm the camera guy like made it for me.
And if it works, it works. I was a radio TV film major in college, so I know camera angles, different camera looks. I have cameras for different things that I shoot both vanilla and adult. So, that's going to be a part of the equation. But now we're in an era where you can get a cell phone and put on the wall and people watch it. They're going to watch anything. Again, there's so many
Yeah.
ways you can do this. It's multifaceted. But you went to the pros. See, you went to the pros and you did your homework, you did your research. That is what an adult star does. So we applaud you. You are the pro.
Yeah, well, yeah, so I have really bad anxiety. So
As a nurse,
I need to know. I need to be prepared.
hmm
So yeah, no, I definitely had to do my homework. And then he's one of my best friends, like to this day. That was probably almost, I guess, like 2 years ago now.
okay.
And yeah, like we're still really good friends.
Yeah, those people there are going to get you some gigs or get a reference out there. Just as the good goes, quote unquote, hey, she's a good person to work with, good talent, whatever.
Yeah,
And then there's bad too. You're going to hear all
yeah,
kinds of this and that about this. I heard about a lot of things in Exotica. I'm not going to call people out. That's not what we do. But they'll say, hey, this person's better than because they're more professional, or this person watch out for. And two
yeah,
people got escorted out because they had some things going on that was not part of the business. I saw firsthand somebody getting thrown out literally. I'm like, that's not what we put up with.
oh wow.
Got to be a pro, got to be on the level, and you got to let everybody know the good and the bad because we want the good people to come to the top. The bad people is what makes the industry terrible.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've gotten really lucky that I've had all good experiences.
Mhm. Yep. Well, that's see that. Keep rolling the dice because that's good. I've heard some really
I kind
crazy.
of go with my gut,
Yeah.
I don't know. And I've worked with some, I'm sure I know who some of the bad are. And I've and I've worked with them and had, and I had a good experiences. So I mean,
hmm
you never know, you never know.
Or they might
I've
misinterpret too. You
I've
know.
gotten lucky. I've gotten lucky.
Yeah, they might misinterpret too. Here I am being the joking person that I am, and people say, oh, he said something and somebody got in a twist about nothing. I'm like, look, I'm harmless. I've got a good rep. People know me. I might have pissed somebody off back in high school or whatever. That's a kid thing. I'm a grown man now. Give me a break, okay?
Yeah,
I don't touch, I don't grab, I don't mistreat people. It's not what we do, it's not what we operate with. Always going to be a professional, whether people like it or not. Haters are going to
yeah,
hate. They're going to hate regardless. Haters will always
yeah,
be the ones hating on folks, but one step at a time, one talent at a time. And I pick people like
right.
yourself to highlight the holiday, and I'm glad you were one that come up there and do what you do.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that you reached out. I'm glad that Private Society, shared my information with you.
They did. She said, you got to call this person, and we like working with her. So they've been around for a while. She said she's going to send me good people. So I knew when your name came up and we met in person that we connected. And heck, we see each other, we cross paths. I'll be happy to do it again.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely.
So can we see the girls?
Yeah, of course.
Whoa. Oh, hmm. Do they have names?
No.
You'd be surprised that people name their body parts. Come on, let's be real. Some people do.
I know, I know. No, I don't. I don't. They don't have names.
Well, they look wonderful, as you look wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, you see her in person, man, you're gonna see a totally different person. She's gonna walk as she's walked out of a cover of a magazine. That picture you sent me, I showed it to another friend of mine. She said, that woman looks good. I said, I know. And she's being the lady that she is. She's at a good booth at this Exotica, and you're helping people as well as getting your career out there. See, you're just doing
Yeah.
multitask things out there, which a lot of people, as I understand, they're doing that now. Promoting themselves, promoting the booths, obviously, put up
Yeah.
websites and stuff like that. So could you give us some of your links where people can find you and your work?
Yeah, absolutely. So my Twitter or X is Sexy Nurse Jen with two N's, number one. My Instagram is just Sexy Nurse Jen with two N's. OnlyFans is Sexy Nurse Jen underscore VIP for the good stuff. Or Sexy Nurse Jen free for the teasers.
She's got teasers and she's got pleasers. Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's because I woke up a little late this morning. I was out doing some more research. I'm like, I gotta watch this one, I gotta watch that one. Whoa, that one's a good one. So it's because of you that I almost came in a few minutes late to the job. Okay.
No,
But it,
I enjoy it. So I hope that it comes across in my scenes. I hope it looks like I'm having fun because I am.
yeah, that's part of it too. I mean, you have to sell it. At the end of the day, it's a production. It's like I said, it's a film. It is business. And people don't understand sometimes, things are enhanced on camera behind the scenes or, certain that stuff that we men take to perform. We do. It's a part
Yeah,
of it. It's a job. At the end of the day, it's a job. But the people who are genuine, like yourself, it reflects on the production. It reflects in your face, your laughter, the stuff you do opposed to a script. You can tell a script in a play.
those are my favorite. Yeah, those are my favorite scenes, the ones that I can just, be myself,
Mhm. That's right.
you know.
A lot of things are scripted, and somebody will watch that too. But you get more
Yeah,
when it's actually genuine. People who enjoy what they do, like the friends that are in the DFW area that talked to me about it, told me about it. They're not just content creators; they're actual porn stars, and they travel from coast to coast too. So it gave me an idea of how things work. So that's awesome.
I've done some of the scripted stuff. I like more. I don't know. I like making my own content. Probably is my favorite.
Mhm.
I've definitely ruined porn for a lot of my friends.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave that right there, but I'm gonna believe you on that. But hey, the stuff you put out is top shelf. I'm gonna say that right now. So you take a bow. What you got going is good.
Thank you.
And people, please, if you see her and her friends out doing the pineapple support at some of these things like Exotica or where else she's traveled, go up there and tell people. Go have a good time with them because you know what? They're out there working, they're doing what they do, they're entertaining, and we need some support one way or the other. So, what I want to tell people, hey,
Absolutely.
you're doing what you're doing, you're selling your products, and on top of that, there's more content coming out. So watch her links, go to them, spend a few dollars here. They don't work for free because you don't work for free either. So we appreciate everybody being a part of this broadcast. We love what we do here at National Sex Day. We're the only ones on calendar. We've been doing this for over 2 years. It's really catching on. The absolute and the biggest goal that we have is to have one of the exoticas or something like that of our own. On June 9th, the 6th month, the ninth day holiday 69, that's why the date has been picked, is that we want people to come and discuss everything from the adult side to the health side to whatever it is that comes to it. Counselors will be talking to people, sex coaching, people who are just going to give the advice to enhance your relationship, whether you are just two and two, whether it's a group thing, whether you're monogamous, it all is a part of the equation. Sex Day is the blanket over everything sexual on this planet. So join us at sexdays.org. SLS Radio, Swingers Lifestyle Radio, we're on there. XBiz TV, we're always trending. We put something out there, and our YouTube channel, which is connected to our Twitter, sexdays.org. We want to thank you and Private Society for doing what you do and giving us a big shout out with all the talent that we're receiving right now. Porn Star Cafe, we love you guys too. And anybody else who wants to be a part of this, again, we're the only ones that are doing this as a holiday and as an event on the planet of 7 billion people. We are the only ones that have the holiday for National Sex Day. That's what we got. We'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks to our talent, and we're going to see you guys with another episodes. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.